Well, for more on the assessment of the All Progressives Congress APC electoral promises, let's talk to Channels Television's data analyst Babajide Augusto, who joins us here on the News at 10. Welcome.
Good evening, Millicent. I promised I wasn't going to miss your name tonight.
Okay, great. Well, a lot has been said about the Buhari administration 3 years on. And some would say there have been mixed reviews on the performance, especially of the economy between 2015 and 2018. In your assessment, is this so, and what would you expect in the next 1 year?
That's a good way to look at it, because a lot of the narrative in the media so far has been what has happened in the past 3 years. So now we should look at what should happen in the next 1 year. And the best way to look at it is to ask that question, what exactly is really on Buhari's mind? Because that will give us an idea as to what will happen in the next year. You know what the Bible said in Matthew 12, verse 34, that out of the abundance of the heart, the mind speaks. And you could also find similar quotes on the mind as well in the Quran, chapter 33, verse 70. So here's what we need to look at. What specific words did President Buhari use during his speech on Democracy Day? He had focused on three things: security, the economy, and corruption. But top on that list was security. He had mentioned security 8 times, more than any other word. The second on his list was corruption. He had mentioned corruption 6 times. Now, finally, the economic recovery and growth plan found only 1 mention. So in the days ahead, we'll expect the focus to be on security, corruption, and the economy. But let's focus a bit more on corruption, because there's something phenomenal as to what happened in his discussion on corruption during Democracy Day. In 2015, he had mentioned corruption only thrice. In 2016, he had mentioned corruption 5 times. Now, in this speech, he had mentioned corruption 6 times. So we see a lot more emphasis on corruption. But the outlook simply means, if we are to have a queue, again, because it's political season, those that want to queue behind President Buhari will be those that are pro-security and pro-corruption. So that is likely what is going to happen in the days ahead. Now, regarding the economy, we see the president having less focus on the economy. Now, based on Google Analytics, they've said the PDP presidential candidate, in their own view, will be Atiku Abubakar, based on search ratings. So what we'll expect is the president will focus on corruption and security. The PDP, if that will be their candidate, will focus on economy and jobs. And then the third party will focus on general welfare, such as inequality and human rights. So that is the outlook for the next 1 year. Security and corruption for the president. The main opposition party will be economy and jobs, and the third party will be general welfare and inequality.
Looking at how much time we have, and this is, just a few months before the next general elections and the 2 governorship elections coming up before then, what do you think about the focus of economic growth, briefly, if you can?
Again, 3 things. Unemployment, the foreign reserves, and for us to look at the fuel price, because that's what Nigerians are looking at. Let's talk about fuel price. Now, the evidence shows in the last 1 year of President Obasanjo, 2002 to 2003, fuel price didn't change. Excuse me. It was 26 naira during the last 1 year. Same thing. During the last 1 year of President Jonathan, we saw that fuel price did not increase. In fact, fuel price went from 97 naira to 98 naira. So what Nigerians should expect is there's a low probability that fuel price will increase. On unemployment, unemployment has a sad story, because under President Obasanjo, Jonathan, unemployment got worse. So what will the unemployment be? We don't know. But the most important thing is for we to have vision and action, because with vision and action, we then can grow forward. So the next 1 year should be a year about not just vision, but a year of action. With vision and action, we'll be able to have a better year than we did 3 years ago.
Thank you so much. Data analyst Babajide Augusto for coming on the News at 10.
Thank you.